Hello, Bobby, aka Anarcha here. Happy 4th, happy 250th anniversary of America, even though for obvious reasons I do not feel very celebratory at the moment. And I'm sorry about that if y'all want me to be, because that's just not how I'm wired. I don't I don't fake. Like, you can say many things about me. Like, you could say I stammer a lot, and I do, because I do that. You could say that I'm on the spectrum, and yes, I absolutely am that. I have sleeping problems. I have stimming. I have ADHD. I have OCD. I have many things to me that that a lot of people think of as quote unquote abnormal, but really, what is normal, anyways? To me, normal is nothing more than 1950s PR, right? It's a 1950s PSA. It's bullshit. There's no such thing as normal. Nobody's normal. Most of us are neurodivergent to some extent or another, even if we don't realize it. Most neurotypicals have actually have some degree of latent neurodivergence. And just like most straight people have some degree of latent homosexuality. Most cis people have some degree of latent transness, or at least de- um, or at least desire to be close to trans people that they suppress with hatred and fear. Right? Uh, right. Like, it's this sort of religious shame that is artificially constructed and imposed upon people. Like, and like, I'm gonna give a hot take here that a lot of y'all are not gonna like me for, but it's really what I honestly believe, and that is there's no such thing as biological sex, and most transphobes, most cis normatives, deep down, they know this. They absolutely fucking know this. And you know how I know they know it? Because if because why would they be so obsessed with suppressing drag queens or see or so-called men in women's bathrooms? It rooms or whatever, if they didn't know that 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 transness wasn't really a choice, if they didn't know that sex is far more neurologically based than it is biologically or genetically based. Hmm? If and like and like it's not even just trans people that experience dysmorphia or dysphoria either. Plenty of cis people do as well. I know I certainly do. I'm cis, but I still experience weird feelings about my body every now and again. Most people do. It doesn't matter whether you're trans or you're cis or you're whatever. Like most of us go through some degree of dysmorphia or dysphoria. So how is that not normal? Like, and you know what I realized? Most of these bigots, most of these reactionaries, they confuse normalcy with norms. They confuse morals with mores. They confuse what is considered socially normative with what is actually normal. When in reality, it's not the same thing at all. Like just because most people are cis publicly doesn't mean there isn't a lot more complexity and messiness going on under the surface, right? Like human beings are inherently complex. We're not gods, we're not demons, we're not any of this bullshit. We're just people. And people are complex, people are messy, and that's part of the beauty of life. Free will means you're not gonna fit into some perfect box society deigns for you to fit into, right? That's what free will means. And yet, most people who preach free will, they don't grasp that notion at all. That that free will necessarily includes the freedom to be messy, the freedom to be imperfect, the freedom to be weird in the eyes of others. It because otherwise, how are you different from a Nazi? You're not. Because Nazis are perfectly fine with you having the freedom to be normal. They're fine with free will in that context. They're fine with you having the freedom to be greedy and selfish as long as you don't do that in a way that overly offends the Fuhrer or the central government, right? As long as you don't go outside the boundaries of what is considered the master race into what is considered degeneracy. Bobby, aka Anarcha Media here, liberty, equality, fraternity, good.